Reports lives in the sidebar. This is the catalog of published reports from the banking service. You need report reading permission. If the menu item is missing, ask your administrator. In use starts as yes, and type starts as table. Unpublished reports stay hidden. Chart, Pentaho, and BIRT engines stay hidden too, until you change those filters. Each row is a report. Name, description, category, type, whether it is in use, and whether it is a core report or one your team added. Click a row later to open it. Search matches the report name. Type client listing. That is the people list. Client loans listing is a different report, with extra filters. We will not open that one in this walkthrough. Both names contain client listing, so both rows can appear. Open only the exact title client listing. Leave client loans listing for another time. Clear the name to see the full table catalog again. The count above the grid is how many reports match the current filters, not every report on the server. Filters adds another chip. Name, in use, and type are already on. Category, source, description, and whether you can run the report from this screen are available here. Category groups reports the way the banking service labeled them. Client is people and loan listings. Accounting is statements such as the balance sheet. Pick accounting to focus on ledger tables. Balance sheet, table and trial balance table. Live here. We will run the balance sheet after client listing. Clear restores in use yes and type table. It does not delete reports. Use it when the grid looks too narrow and you want the default table catalog back. Export downloads the catalog, not a single run. Open the menu to choose CSV or Excel. You need the same report reading permission as the list. CSV is UTF-8, so Excel on Windows can open names and descriptions. Excel is a real workbook. Both keep the values the catalog showed, with a date in the file name. Long descriptions stay one line in the grid. Hover a truncated description to read the rest. The same one-line treatment is on the report page header, so chips on the right do not get pushed off. Open client listing by the exact name. This report asks only for an office. That is a safe table report to run on this tenant. The header repeats type, category, in use, and whether this is a core report. Those chips stay on the header. They do not slide off the right edge. A table report opens on an empty grid. Nothing runs until you set parameters. Set parameters opens a docked sidebar, so the page layout stays the same. Required fields come from the report itself. Client listing needs office. Pick head office. Child lists, such as loan officers for an office, fill after you pick the parent on reports that have them. Decimal places only changes how amount columns look on screen. This listing is mostly names and dates, so 2 places is fine. Exports ignore this control. Run sends those parameters to the banking service. While it works, the table shows a loading skeleton. If your role cannot run this report, the reason from the service is shown here. Rows page in the grid, 25 at a time by default. Activation dates use the same medium date style as the rest of Bankayo, such as August 26, 2026. Empty cells show an EM dash. Account numbers and names stay as the service returned them, so identifiers are not given thousand separators. Sorting a column only reorders this page of rows. The pager under the table moves through extra pages. You can show 10, 25, 50, or 100 rows. This only changes the screen. It does not rerun the report. Parameters on the Results toolbar opens the sidebar again. Change office if you need a different branch, then run again. The previous grid is replaced. Leave head office selected. Close the sidebar without running when you only wanted to look. Cancel does not throw the last result away. Export on this toolbar downloads that same result, not the catalog. CSV and Excel keep the raw values from the banking service, not the on-screen date style. Excel here is a real workbook, and CSV is UTF-8, the same as the catalog export. Close the menu. Next, we will run an accounting table so you can see ledger amounts. Back to the catalog. Search Balance Sheet Table. This report is in the accounting category. It needs an office and an as-of date, not a currency code. Open Balance Sheet Table. The header shows Table and Accounting. The grid is empty until you run it, the same empty state as Client Listing. Set parameters. Office and the as-of date are required. The date defaults to today. Pick Head Office again. The as-of date is already today. Leave it. Some reports have a start and an end date, and the end must be on or after the start. Decimal places still only changes the screen. We will run it 2 places first, then change it without asking the banking service again. Run the balance sheet. This query can take a few seconds. Wait for the grid. You should see GL code, name, balance type, and a ledger amount. Amounts use grouped digits and a fixed number of places, with no currency code. The report does not say which currency the figure is in. Negatives use parentheses, not a minus in front. That is a ledger style, not a bank statement with UGX or USD on every line. Open parameters and change decimal places to 0. Close the sidebar. The grid updates immediately. You did not rerun the report. Put decimal places back to 2 if you want cents on screen. Exports are unchanged either way. They still carry the values the banking service returned. Chart, Pentaho, and BIRT reports appear in the catalog when you clear type. They cannot be run from this screen yet. The report page tells you the engine is not available. Availability lets you list catalog-only reports, the ones you can see, but not run here. Source is core or custom. Core reports shipped with the banking service. Catalog only shows reports that are not table runs from this screen. Close this without changing the default. Table reports are what you run today. Chart and Pentaho stay in the list for later. Creating or editing report SQL is not on this screen. That lives under Admin, System, Manage Reports. Core reports can only turn in use on or off. Copy one to a custom report to change its SQL or parameters. In use on a custom report is what publishes it to this catalog. The address bar is Reports, then the report name when a row is open. Use table reports that take an office or an office and a date. That is the published catalog, from search through run and export. You can come back to the same report from the catalog anytime,